Hello viewers, good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are watching me from. This is Agriculture World Happiness. Today guys, I want to share with you my 5-year experience of working with modern farmers and on modern farms here in Denmark. As we all know that Denmark is one of the countries where agriculture is really practiced, where everything is hands-on, right? And here I'm today to share with you some of the experiences that I've learned, and of which these experiences that I'm going to be sharing are going to be able to help you on your farm. Either you're already running your own farm or you are going to be starting, and these are the experiences you will always need, because whatever I'm sharing with you today, this is what I got from these farmers here, the modern farmers here, right? As I said, Denmark is one of the leading countries when it comes to agriculture. So just you need to do me a favor by kindly giving a like to this video and subscribing to this channel of Agriculture World Happiness. Please and please, we are looking at reaching 2,000 subscribers on this channel here. We need to lift the flag for agriculture up by just giving a like and sharing the video, and of course subscribing to this channel. One of the experiences that I've learned here is the training of the workers. This is the first one I experienced when I just arrived here. When we arrived, we came as students, we were trained on job, on how to do things. And this is one big mistake that a lot of young farmers are making, or farmers back in Africa they are making. You just bring a worker from nowhere, you bring him on your, or you bring him or you bring her on your farm. Just from there you expect that this person knows what to do. Just so do this, and you leave the person there and you go away. And you will come back after 2 days, come and see the job. This is not how you wanted it to be done. And that's the beginning of the failure. And now your farm will be going backwards. And this is something very big. So as a farmer, you must take your time to train this worker, even if it's from another farm where the experience has been there. Train this farmer or train this person for a few days, then allow him to continue with his job, right? After you teaching him or her. The other experience that I learned from these people, or from these big farmers that I've worked with, is that these farmers are always loyal to their workers. Loyalty pays a lot when it comes to the farming. Remember, you are trusting, or you're entrusting someone with your properties. Say the farm, for example, you have the animals. You are trusting someone to take care of your animals, right? And after trusting this person, you're supposed to pay this person. And this is what these people are doing here. They listen and they stick to their points, or they stick to their agreements. They are so loyal when it comes to the payment. They pay their workers in time. That is one big thing I learned. And that is one big thing which is costing a lot of our African farmers outside there. We do not pay our workers in time at times. I'm not saying everyone, but at least that is one big thing which can cost you. Assuming you're having the flocks of birds, you're having animals, and you are not paying this person, what will this person do? You can't know. So today I'm here to share with you all these experiences, and I want from here you to take this such that you're going to be able to be a successful farmer still in future. That's if you are not yet successful right now. And if you're ready, you must thank your God. Call your God a big God for now, because you're going in the right path. Most of these farms, all the farmers, they do a lot of farm visits. They visit their friends. And when you look back home, I don't know if you're a farmer watching me right now, have you ever visited any farm? For example, if you're a dairy farmer, have you ever visited your friend who is doing dairy to share some experiences or to share some ideas? And that is what most of the farmers in Europe they are doing. They do a lot of farm visits. Most of them, they are connected. Even today, you can give a call, do you know so and so? They say, yeah, I know this farmer. This is my friend. They always have that meeting where they do a lot of, they go and do a meeting on one person's farm, and tomorrow they are there, the other day they are there. So that's the big thing which is giving them like upper hand to beat us back in Africa. Remember, we have everything that we're supposed to use to beat these people in Europe when it comes to farming. For example, we have the best soil, our labor is cheap, but there are things that we are actually not considering. There are things we are just leaving behind. we feel like they are useless. And whatever I'm sharing with you here, these are small things. You may take them small, but they are very big things. They can cost you at the end of the day. So that is one thing you have to iron. Do the farm visit. Always go visit the farms. I don't know how many farmers come to Europe to do the farm visit, but that is one question which must go to you. Then the other thing they actually do here is these farmers are hands-on. Hands-on means you get involved into the activity of the farm. You don't just leave the activity to the workers. And this is the biggest thing our farmers, our small farmers are doing. They abandon their work, they leave their work to the workers. Now, assuming the worker has gone for holidays, do you still need to leave the work to the worker? What if he doesn't come back? Will your farm still be there? Like, will it still be okay? Or will it be running? So which means you must get involved in these works of the farm. It's very simple. Just go there, do 2 to 3 hours, it's enough for you. Most of the farmers here, they get involved and they understand what work they're supposed to do and how people are supposed to do the work. So it means they are hands-on, they do things hands-on. They don't just instruct you. The manager knows what work to do. He understands how the work is done. That is what the farmers here, they do. And the other thing that I feel like I must share with you is that most of these farmers here in European Union, these farmers are actually using the certified plant materials and also high quality breeds of animals. That is one big thing which is making a difference between the Africa and the Europe, because they do not recycle anything. For us here, we do animal. When it comes to the animal production, we are always going for top breeds, and that's one thing which is beating, which is making money for these farmers. And also, when we are going for crops, we are going for certified crops. We do not recycle our crops. No. When you have grown the maize, that maize is done. You sell that one, that season is gone. You will not see that maize again. It has gone, it has gone. But for us, we still keep on recycling the same maize and not knowing the repercussions. And this is one big thing. Oh, these are some of the things that I've learned from these people here. And the other thing you need to know is proper handling of your workers. It sounds funny, but the thing is, any mistake you do of not handling your workers very well, that one is going to cost you for life. And I repeat, that one is going to cost you for life. And how will this cost you? Assuming you handle your worker roughly, you don't give them food, you don't do anything good to them, you don't appreciate them, what do you expect at the end of that day, right? So here, what the farmers do is they house you properly, they make sure you get medication, they make sure they respect your decisions, they give you room to decide on what you must do. Decision making, they always include their own workers. You know, it doesn't take them to be the owners, because it's just like they are contributing to your farm. And this is one thing that most of the farmers in Europe are doing. And these are all things which I've learned in these 5 years. And also we have got timely payment, right? Because, you know, when it comes to the workers and the owner or the farmer, payment matters a lot. When you have brought your 10 workers and you do not pay them timely, guy, do you know what will happen? The workers may abandon your work. They may just allow your animals to die in case it's animal. They may leave your crops in bush. Remember, for you in the city enjoying the life, right? Because most of our farmers, they are long distance farmers. They will abandon your work and the work will remain there until you come back and you find that your sugarcane, like me, I'm a sugarcane farmer, I'm supposed to pay my people in time. Or your animals, they already are like they are dead. You not see any animal, not even chicken, you not see them there because you have not paid them. And where should they get? And if they don't die, you'll find when they have eaten them all. If it's maize, you find when they have sold them out all. And this one mainly I'm speaking to my own African farmers and farmers who are down there who still feel like everything is supposed to be run like the way they want it to be run, or it to be like taken. But on the farm, on the side of the workers, that one also matters a lot. We need to give them what they deserve or what you agreed on. You have to pay them in time such that everything will go smoothly. The good thing is you first negotiate before, and then payment comes later. So what you don't manage, do not involve them there, or do not make them do the work, right? That is one big thing that we must look into. And the other thing is that most of the farmers here in Europe, they do planning, or they plan for their farms. For example, when you are going to start the season, you've planned for all your inputs. You've planned for your own workers, like how much you're going to be paying. You've planned for everything. So proper planning is one big thing that I've learned. Even if today you want to start your farm, you'll still need to plan for everything. You start from construction, bringing the animals, or the seedlings, everything, you need to plan for it. So this is one big thing that most of the farmers here, they plan, right? Record keeping is one of the things that I've learned right from here. In talking about this record keeping, it means whatever money comes in and whatever money goes out, you have to record them. And this is where you're going to be able to know the loss the farmers made and the loss, the income the farm has got. So that is something big, giving a go ahead to these farmers here. It means it's giving them it's their strengths. Record keeping can be your strengths, because you'll be able to know like how much I entered in my farm or how much I gave out, because at the end of that day, you got to balance. You got to balance your book. And if you don't balance your book, what will happen? Or if you balance your book and it is a negative, maybe it's because you did not record some of the items that you gave out or you bought. You did not record them. And at the end of the day, you will fail to balance. And what will that give you? That will demotivate you. And therefore, it will take you back. And when it takes you back, that means you have failed. You have failed. You may even jump to another enterprise and still you make the same mistake and you continue with it like that. At the end of the day, you'll say, farming is hard. Farming is bad. I cannot manage it anymore. And if you cannot manage, where will you go? Because one of the things is you need to always do what we call record keeping. That's the main thing if you want to be a successful farmer. And that's what I've learned from the farmers in Europe here. And not just I've learned, but I've asked questions from them. And this is what I'm sharing with you guys here. And the other thing which is so big and which I feel like that is the biggest part that the farmer is supposed to know or is supposed to carry on himself or herself is you must be a proud farmer. Here in Europe, most of the farmers are very proud. And I know the reason why most of the farmers in Africa, they are not proud. Sometimes you feel like it's a dirty job. And yet, you know, this same job or this same enterprise is the enterprise where like the doctors are working to get something out of those enterprises. For example, the doctor is working to get food from you. A pilot is working to get food. Everyone is actually working to get food. And that's why I say in Europe, when the farmers strike, their decision is respected. And of recent, we had farmers in Belgium doing the same thing. They actually strike. And what happens? Government listened to them, and that's how it went. So you must be very proud. And being proud, it means you're accepted to be a farmer by choice, not just by mistake. So this is what I've learned from the farmers here. And wherever they go, they brand themselves as farmers. And everyone gives respect to them. Anyone who gives you respect, or anyone who puts food on your table, respect is deserved. So my young farmers and African farmers, let's embrace farming and let's be proud of who we are, because that's the future of everyone on this world. No one can stay without food. Trust me, that is it. The other positive thing that I've learned here is that most of the farmers, they are so friendly to their workers. And being friendly means you must be free to share information concerning the farm, information concerning the affairs of the workers, information concerning everything on the farm. And even with your fellow farmers, you must be friendly. That's one thing which is giving them upper hand ahead of us. Because some of us, like some farmers back in Africa, when we have the same enterprise with you, already we have that, we have that gap there. We're not going to be friendly. And you are looking at this in angle of competition, but this is not what is here. Even here, you can tell your farmer or the person paying you that I'm working in Africa, I have this. They will be okay with that. But some of the farmers, you tell them that I'm doing something back home. What will happen? They'll feel bad, jealous. So here, these farmers, they are so friendly on the farm. They are easy to share information to. They are always available to the workers. So that is one big thing that I've learned here from these farmers here. And lastly, which is one of the biggest that I've also learned here in Denmark, is that most of these farmers are so smart. And being smart means you do your job systematically. System in Denmark is really, really big, and it's very nice, because the way they work is you're working in hours. When your hours are done, you are going home, right? Even if you're the owner, they also have the setting. They have set, they say, I'm going to start from this time to this time, I will stop. And that's what's happening. But for us, some of the farmers in Africa, you want to work from morning up to evening. You are working 12 hours. Remember, you are using even rudimentary tools. You are not using a machine for working. 12 hours. And you have to go home, you have to cook, you have to do this, you have to do all the things at home. How many hours do you have to rest? And what you need to know is, the more hours you work, you start doing, should I say, poor work. Like, it's like when you do too much, even the quality starts decreasing. So quality work always needs time, right? Which means these farmers are very smart. They do their things systematically. They say, from this day to this day, I'm going to be doing this work. From this hour to this hour, I'll be doing this. They really follow it because they know tomorrow you'll start from somewhere. But when you don't do your work very smart, otherwise you are doing nothing. For example, if you are digging and you don't dig well, which means you are just doing nothing, because at the end of the day tomorrow you'll have to come and repeat whatever you did here, which was wrong. You're going to have to repeat, and that is like wastage of time. So that is, those are some of the big things that I've learned from these farmers. So guys, this is whatever I wanted to share with you. In case you are new to this channel, this is Agriculture World Happiness. Don't forget to like, share, and kindly subscribe to my channel, Agriculture World Happiness. And don't forget to share with your friends and families, and also turn on the notification bell such that you do not miss on any other video that I'll be posting. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.